Hi, my name is Sierra. This is like take 5 for my video for From. And my first note to self, I guess, will have to be just know that change is not necessarily bad and don't jump to conclusions on it. Um, Last week we watched The Devil Wears Prada on Friday, and at first we were really confused, like why are we watching Devil Wears Prada and From? But the meaning soon became clear. In the movie, I forget her name, the girl called Erin. She um she got a new job at this magazine, and all the girls there were really into fashion and really into themselves and clothes and purses and bags, stuff like that. In the beginning, she wasn't. She didn't. She thought they were all conceited and really stuck up and stuff like that. And she actually talked about them to her boyfriend and her friend. And she merely looked at her job as just a stepping stone to get her to the journalism career she wanted. Um, Throughout the course of the movie, she really starts to get into fashion and she starts to like it. She starts to change or whatever. And at first, she kind of felt kind of guilty for it, but then she didn't realize that she was really changing. And finally, her boyfriend and her friend pointed out that we don't know who you are anymore. And they said stuff like, "The Aaron I used to know wouldn't do that," or "Who are you now?" and stuff like that. And like she felt guilty for it. And in the end of the movie, conservative and like it was, she went back to the way she was. She went back to her boyfriend, and she got the guy and got her friend back and stuff like that. And it's a happy ending. Um, but this movie really got me to think that, was her changing really that bad? Now, of course, when I first watched the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, she's changed. She's becoming a bitch. And like, I really want her to go back to the nice, sweet girl she was. And I was like, why do I feel that way? I think it's just because I wanted her to have the happy tail ending, get the guy, get the job, and stuff like that. But then I thought about it in terms of From, and I realized that her change was not bad at all. Her her change was her getting into her career and doing something that was going to further her career and further her professionally. And I realized that her liking bags, liking fashion, that did not equal bad. And that and then I also realized that if her boyfriend and her friend loved her as much as they said they did, they would have almost been excited for her change, excited to see her go through this and want to go through with her. And Fromm says that part of one of the main characters of love is knowledge. And for them to really love Erin, or whatever her name was, they needed to know her and understand why she was going through the change she was going through. And if they really did love her, they wouldn't have jumped to the first conclusion of it being bad and wanting to change her back. I think it all comes down to the ego, that her changing was a threat to their ego. And instead of developing and swishing and, breaking down that barrier of their ego, they instead just darkened it up and made it stronger. And then it became fighting, kind of like fighting fire with fire type of thing. Um, so I guess if I had to tell myself one thing in the future, it would just be to know that all change isn't bad change, and that change can be exciting and it can be a good thing. You just have to know yourself and be aware of the change. So yeah, thank you.